Hello everyone, my name is Rafael Gergis, and my presentation is about data breaches and the ethical dilemma of whether companies should report them immediately or wait until they know more details. This topic is something that I find really important because data breaches happen all the time and they're more frequently happening recently and affect both companies and ordinary people just like us. So let's get into the ethical dilemma. So the scenario that I was given was company XYZ has been hacked. The CEO has up to 45 days by law to report, but is urged to announce immediately while the IT team is still investigating. The dilemma with this scenario is it ethical for the CEO to report the breach immediately? So before we get into this ethical dilemma, let's just go over some pertinent information about data breaches. So, what is a data breach? Data breach happens when private or sensitive information is accessed by someone or group of people who isn't supposed to have it. This could mean, for example, some stolen customer data, credit card numbers, or internal company files. Most breaches happen due to hacking, phishing, or weak security systems. When this happens, companies are required by law to report it, but there's often a debate about when to report, right away or after the facts have been confirmed. This is where the ethical dilemma starts to appear. So, why does this matter? This topic matters because data breaches are getting worse and worse every year. According to IBM's 2024 report, the average cost of a data breach has gone up to about $4.88 million, and the number of reported breaches has grown by 17% in the last year. When a company delays reporting these breaches, customers stay in the dark longer and may not be able to protect their data. But if a company reports too soon, it could release wrong information or cause panic. So this issue is about finding the right balance, if there is a right balance, between being transparent and being accurate. Now, the pros of reporting. I'm going to go over the pros first and then I'm going to go over the cons. There are a lot of reasons why a company might want to report a breach right away. It builds trust with the customers and the public because it shows honesty and responsibility. It allows people to take quick action, for example, changing their passwords or freezing their credit, so that they don't lose access to their accounts or a lot of their banking information or things like that. Reporting fast also shows good leadership and may help protect the company's long-term reputation. Being open and transparent often looks better than trying to hide a problem that has to come to light later. Now going to the cons of reporting. There are some downsides to reporting too quickly. If the company doesn't yet know all the facts, it could release information that's incomplete or even wrong. Could lead to mass panic among customers, a lot of confusion in the media, and unnecessary fear. It can also interfere with the IT department's investigation or make the company and the IT department look unorganized. And this can also lead to further negative consequences, which would be the company's stock could drop or investors might lose confidence before the full situation is understood. And a lot of the time, people believe what is said first, and it's hard to regain composure or reputation after there's a hit taken to it. Now we're going on to the intended and unintended consequences. So the intended consequences, when a company reports immediately, the intended results are usually good. To protect customers, demonstrate transparency, and meet the legal and ethical obligations. The unintended consequences of reporting immediately would be the spread of misinformation, and if the information turns out to be wrong, the company could lose trust, face lawsuits, or even harm its reputation more than if it had waited a few days. This shows that even with good intentions, results can go in unexpected directions. Now, speaking about the future developments of data breaches, so in the future, and we even see this happening now, reporting rules are becoming stricter. For example, in 2023, the US Securities and Exchange Commission started requiring companies to report major breaches within 4 business days of discovery. In Europe, under the GDPR, companies only have 72 hours to report a breach. Also, new AI tools are helping companies detect breaches faster and have shorter response times. But even with faster detection, the leaders or the CEOs still face tough choices about what to share, when, and how. The challenge will always be balancing speed, accuracy, and ethics. So these are my references for that I use for my research. All of it is fairly accurate. Thank you for listening to my presentation about the ethical dilemma. It really seems like a hard choice of what to do because caring about the people is important, but you also want to give them factual information.